The Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Minnesota State High School League.
Here's a three. Hunter Fritos. Got it! Ball gets inside for Bjork. Bjork inside. Dunks! Parker Bjork. A little shot. Block on front. They score! They score! They did it!
Hello and welcome to the Centennial High School Sports Arena. I'm Taylor Hansen coming to you live on this Tuesday evening, a 15-degree night here from Centennial on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, bringing you live coverage of your 10AA Chaska Hawks as they face off tonight against the Centennial Cougars. Chaska coming into the game losing to Benil this past Saturday by a 6-3 score, and Centennial losing to Blaine, I believe. Unsure of that score there, but Chaska with a 10-6 overall record, 1-1 in their Metro West Conference. Centennial coming in this game with a 5-11-1 record, and Centennial is 2-6 in their Northwest Suburban North Conference. And we're just getting ready to drop the puck here momentarily. Starting in goal for the Chaska Hawks, a sophomore, number 39, Jack Stark. Stark coming into this game. This will be his 7th game played with a 2.65 GAA and a .882 save percentage. And for Centennial, a junior, number 33, Casey Colpersmith. Colpersmith comes into this game. This will be his 8th game played with a 2.94 GAA and a .884 save percentage. Now we're going to drop the puck. Warner on the draw against Clancy. Clancy seems to win it back, but now Clancy will come hard on the far boards with Warner as he puts it up. Magnuson tried to give it up to McDonald, and picked up by O'Hara. O'Hara dumps it down. And picked up, and now Warner has it for Chaska. Warner gives it over to Pillick. Pillick trying back to Warner, but he's unable to get it to him as it's missed, and now McDonald will dump it in the zone for the Hawks, and that one ends up on net, and Pillick brings it around and just off the pad of Coppersmith, and that one can't find the back of the net, and Warner will dump it in for the Hawks as that one goes just wide. That'll be picked up by O'Hara. He'll dump that one in for Centennial, and we go off the stick of Stark up into the netting. And we'll get a face-off in the Chaska zone with 16:01 remaining in the first period. And that one's one back to Bronson. Bronson rings it on his own net to Kessler. Kessler looking for a fly pass to Benz, but Benz unable to get a stick on it. And that one will be sent back down to the Chaska zone. 15:52 remains in the first period here from the Centennial High School Sports Arena. That would be Olmscheid and Thompson on that draw. Thompson from Centennial seems to win it, but Chaska recovers. Lavelle looking for Benz. That one's a little too far in front of him, and it was be given back to Kessler, but taken away by Bartle. Bartle, a shot save there by Stark. That's given up to Whitscroll, but here comes Ben. Ben has Lavelle, and he finds him. Shot there by Ben, saved by Coppersmith. Ethan Benz unable to find the back of the net. Benz looking for his 8th goal this season there, as he had 2 goals last Saturday. And a shot there from Lavelle, saved in the chest of Coppersmith. Now it will be Henry Bartle for Centennial as he'll put between the legs of Barrett, but Barrett pokes that one away as unable to get a shot off. And now Lavelle drops that one back to Thomas, but it's picked off by Forga from the Centennial Cougars. And that puck will be dumped in by Scott Nelson of Centennial and picked up by Chaska's number 22, Calvin Barrett. Barrett trying to bring up the boards to his teammate, but shot there from a Centennial defenseman. Now it's picked up by Thomas. That's kept in by Diawaka. Kawa, excuse me. And now Calvin Barrett takes it back for Chaska as he tips that one up, and it's gloved down by Barry. Barry gives it off to William Magnuson. Magnuson dumps that one in for the Hawks. And it'll be giving it back up the boards to Dayakawa. Pillick looking for Warner, unable to get it to him. It's picked off, but Pillick recollect. And Pillick and a shot saved there by Coppersmith. And a shot there from Warner. He's unable to get it off. And Pillick recollects, but Magnuson's pass over is picked off by Dayakawa, but Pillick gets it back for Chaska, and we'll get an offsides as Blaine Warner crossed that blue line just a little bit too early. 13:38 remains here in the first period. Again, folks, thanks for joining us on this Tuesday evening. I'm Taylor Hansen coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Ryan Paul is back at Chaska High School, bringing you the Chaska vs. Chanhassen Border Battle basketball game, so be sure to check that one out tonight as well. That is also at watchchbn.com. And now Bronson gives it back to Kester. Kester back over to Bronson. Bronson up to Kester. Kester looking for a fly pass to Omshai. That one's tipped off, no icing. And it's ringing around the boards by Jorgensen. And Lavelle's up there to collect it for the Hawks. Omshai back to Kester. And Kester has Lavelle as he gives it to him. Lavelle looking for a teammate. I'm on the final, and he'll take it by himself. Tries to wrap that one around, but Casey Coppersmith gets his pad on that one. And now that one's tried to be tipped up by Herms. He's unable to get it out, and Shane Lavelle will keep it in for Chaska. Now it's taken away by Centennial, and they'll dump that one down into Chaska zone. And we'll get an icing with 12:23 remaining in this first period. Chaska on their first stretch of games this week, as they have a game tonight, Thursday and Saturday, all away. As tonight we're at Centennial, Thursday we're at Bloomington Jefferson, and Saturday we'll be at Bloomington Kennedy at the Bloomington Ice Gardens. Both share the same rink, so we'll be traveling back to back to the Bloomington Ice Gardens. This is Chaska's last non-conference game of the season. So just conference play in the regular season after this game for Chaska, as they're looking for their last conference win here tonight. Connor Thompson rings that one around the boards to his teammate Brulette. It's given back to New Power. New Power taken away by Sholey. Sholey looking for Magnuson, but unable to get it to him. It's picked up by Brulette again. Brulette and Thomas battling in the corner. Well, extracurriculars as Brulette kicks Thomas's stick away, but shot there from Barrett. That one's just wide. Now it's picked up by New Power, and no wide on him, as he'll have some time to try to get a fly pass to Bartle as he gets it to him, but Bartle will have to settle in for a dump as he has no teammates to help him out. And now it's given down to Warner. Warner coming with speed. He has McDonald behind him. He'll decide to take it by himself. Warner giving it to Pillick. Pillick dumping that one in and almost picked up by McDonald, but that one just goes right underneath his stick. Brown battling in the corner. First time you've heard his name in a few games, as he's been out with a concussion. Gavin Brown hurt in the third game of the season, but good to see him back on the ice here tonight. And Rhett Pillick will give it over to Erickson. Erickson back to Brown. Brown rings that one behind his net to Erickson, but he got it taken away, and out in front, and a shot there from Stark, and Blaine Warner, and they're calling it a goal. I'm unsure of the call there, as Blaine Warner came out from behind Stark and saved that one. But I guess the ref will be calling this a Centennial goal, so. So Centennial took a 1-0 lead here as that controversial goal. I guess they'll call it a goal, but we didn't see it go in up here at the broadcast booth, and I don't think the rest of the bleachers here did either, or the whole Chaska team. So. So that goal will go to Josh Hermes, his 10th goal this season. 6:26 into the first period. So 9:55 remains here. Centennial takes that early lead. And Thompson will win that one back to O'Meary. And now that's trying to pick up by Barry, but Barry's unable to get it past O'Meary. It's given up to Magnuson. Magnuson over to Sholey. Sholey in a shot. Glove save there by Coppersmith. Now that one's dumped into the Chaska zone, and Billy Bronson gives up to McDonald. McDonald trying to find Pillock, but Pillock's unable to get there as it's dumped in by O'Meary. And now Pillock will give it over to Warner. Blaine Warner looking for his 15th goal this season, but he's unable to get it past Coppersmith as that net will be dislodged. And we'll have a stoppage of play with 8:56 remaining in this first period. That'll be Clancy and Warner on this opening draw. Warner wins that one back to Pillock. Pillock back to Kester. Kester with a shot, and that one's just on the outside of the net. Looked like it went in from here, but as the netting was moved, but just on the wrong side. And we'll get an icing. As that one goes down to the Chaska zone with 8:42 remaining in this first period. Chaska trailing by a score of 1-0 to Centennial here. Now Olmscheid on this opening draw, and the Olmscheid and that Kyle were kicked out of that circle on the face-off, so it's shot there, just deflected wide, and given up to Bronson. Bronson over to Kester. Kester trying to find a goal here tonight. It's given over to Lavelle, and that shot unable to get a rebound. It's tipped down. It's picked up by Benz. Benz, a shot just wide. Now Shane Lavelle. He's pushed down by Roulette. That's given back out to Kester. Kester with a shot there. Saved by Coppersmith. Ethan Benz looking for his first of the night, but another glove save there by Coppersmith with 7:58 remaining in this first period. Now it's won by Connor Thompson of Centennial. And they'll bring it back behind his own net to Wamiri, and we'll get a high sticking on Centennial, which will put Chaska on the power play. Chaska on the power play this season with a somewhat low percentage of a 26%. Centennial with a 75.4% on their penalty kill, excuse me. So let's see which special teams here unit will be able to capitalize tonight. Now it's keeper by Warner behind their own net. And now Castro will try to keep it in, as he does. He's after Pillick. Pillick down to Warner. Warner trying to wrap it around and save there by Coppersmith. And that'll be dumped out by Wyatt Clancy of Centennial. Down to Chaska's own. Stark will come out of his net to stop that one. Now Stark will go off to Kester, and Kester will skate it down for the Hawks. But he'll decide to dish it off to Pillick. That's taken away again by Jorgensen of Centennial, as Chaska's struggling on this first power play chance of tonight's game. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, bringing you live coverage of your Chaska Hawks as they face off tonight against the Centennial Cougars. Chaska wearing their away purple uniforms, moving left to right on your TV screen. Centennial on their home whites, moving right to left. And that one's ringed around the boards up to Lavelle. Lavelle gives off to Kessler. Kessler back to Lavelle. He has Barrett. And Benz is tripped up as there's 15 seconds remaining on this Chaska power play. And I don't think they'll be able to capitalize, but it's given up to Barrett. Barrett gets the shot, but that one's blocked, and 3 seconds remain. And Chaska will just try to hold this one and let the power play expire. And now it's 5-on-5 hockey here. Lavelle with a shot. That one just off the glove of Coppersmith, and that deflects just wide. And that one's given over to Barrett. Barrett over to Kester. Kester back to his D partner Calvin Barrett, but he loses it. Now Kester will tip that one up, back up to Barrett. Barrett has Lavelle, but he finds Barry. That's picked up by Thomas. Thomas being tripped up by a drop stick there, but he maintains to keep it in the zone. Now it's ringed up the board to Nelson. Now it's Barry battling on that blue line with Adayakawa. Back into the Chaska zone to Thomas. Thomas gives over to Magnuson. Magnuson looking for a teammate, unable to find one, so he'll decide to skate it. Here comes Magnuson. As Magnuson was shot, that one is just wide. As Sholey forechecked hard on that one, unable to get the rebound. As we go behind the own net, Sholey will battle with Forga. Now here comes Rat Pillick. Rat Pillick with a shot and a goal! Rat Pillick getting his 16th goal of the season in his 17th game played. So Pillick getting his own rebound there and tying the game here at 1 with 4:29 remaining in this first period. So that would be Pillick unassisted goal here with 4:29 remaining. So unassisted goal for Pillick, 12:31 into the first period. I'm wondering if they'll stop the music here as play is currently going on, as they do. So now Kester will take it back for the Hawks. Now it's giving off to Warner. Warner back to McDonald. McDonald unable to get a shot off. It's picked up by O'Hara. And now a shot there from Herms. A toe save there by Stark. And another shot there from Jorgensen. That one's just on the outside of the net. Jorgensen looking for a shot as he finds one. Stark was screened, but that one just goes wide. And now we'll get a stoppage of play here as that net is once again dislodged in the Centennial zone. So we'll get a face-off to Coppersmith's right. And now that's tipped out of the zone just over the head of Barrett. As new power, forechecks hard for Centennial, but that one's knocked away from Olmshot as he'll drop it back to Calvin Barrett. And now it's picked up by Magnuson. Magnuson trying to flick that one on the zone, but batted down by Brylette. And now Barrett will give it back to Magnuson with 2:39 remaining here in this first period. And now it's picked up, but picked up by Bartle and poked away by Benz, and we'll get an offsides call and a face-off in the neutral zone. And now that's one over by Thomas to Bronson. Bronson dumps that one in. And a delayed offsides as Centennial will have to touch up as they do. Gives Bronson some time to recollect that puck. As he does, he'll give it over to Kester. Mike Kester skates that one down for Chaska as he's battling behind Centennial's net as he's hit to the ground. And the puck will be taken away by Centennial's number 12, and not on my roster. He'll try to find that number after this period, but we'll get a delayed offsides as Colton Daikawa did not touch up there for Centennial, so we'll get a face-off here in the neutral zone. 1:47 remains here in this first period. 1-1 hockey game here. Chaska leading by shots, 12-6. So Chaska doubling the shots, but score tied 1-1 as Chaska, Rhett Pillick scored with 4:29 remaining, and 6:26 in, Josh Herms with that controversial goal as many did not think it went in, even the Centennial players, as they were not celebrating, but now that one's picked up by Barrett. Give him over to Pillick. Pillick down to Magnuson. Magnuson up back to Barrett. Barrett trying to put it between the legs of Jorgensen as he cannot. And now Pillick will give it up to Kester as he just gets on the ice. As Herms is tripped up by the stick of Bronson. Now here comes Rhett Pillick. He puts it between the legs of Coppersmith, but puck never found its way into the net. So we'll get a face-off here with 49 seconds exactly remaining in this first period to Coppersmith's left. Now it's given out to Bronson from Olmsted, and that Bronson shot, that one just goes just wide. Now that's picked up by Olmsted. Chaska looking for a last scoring chance, and Bronson shot another one just to the right of the net, as that's kept in by Kessler. As Olmsted will forecheck on this one. Olmsted trying to give it over to Lavelle. That's taken away by O'Meary. 13 seconds remain here. Chaska will have to get a shot off if they want to go leading. 7 seconds. As Wittrow will try to eat it, but it's given out in front. And little extracurriculars after that final buzzer, but we'll go into this first intermission with a tie score of 1-1. That period scoring summary, 6:29 into the first period. Scoring for Centennial, number 28, Josh Hermes. That one's unassisted. And with 4:29 remaining, scoring for Chaska was Rhett Pillick. That one was also unassisted. We'll be right back here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, bringing you live coverage of your second period. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm Blaine Warner. Sit back and relax and watch some boys hockey on CHBN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
Welcome back to the Centennial High School Ice Arena. Sorry about that delay. Had some technical difficulties with our camera, but that puck just dropped about 20 seconds before we got back, so didn't miss much. As coming into the second period, it's 1-1. Now, puck is tipped down to the Chaska zone, and Warner battled behind the net with Brulette. And now it's giving back up to Bartle. Bartle finds his teammate Alexander Brulette. Get back to Bartle. Bartle with a shot there right into the chest of Stark, but it finds a way through the 5-hole, and that will give Centennial the 2-1 lead. So 1 minute into the second period, Centennial takes that early lead. I believe the goal will go to Henry Bartle. An assist to, or goal to Brulette, assist to Bartle. We'll see here momentarily from the Intermission PA announcer.
Scoring for Centennial in 1 minute of the second period is ninth goal of the season, number 11, Henry Bartle. Assist to number 4, Zane Burley. That's Bartle of the Cougars from Burley. Time of goal, 1 minute.
So that's Henry Bartle from Boulay. Found out I was pronouncing his name wrong the whole time, so that's nice. And now a shot there from Bronson, saved by Coppersmith. And Bartle will give that one up to Wistersill. And Bronson will tip that one in as Shane Lavelle will get off the ice instead of forechecking that one. So get some fresh legs out there for the Hawks. Now it's New Power looking for Bartle. Unable to find him there, as that one's picked up an icing with 14:51 remaining in this second period. And a shot there on that. Saved by Coppersmith. Sorry for the lack of commentation there. Trying to get stats up and dated here on Twitter on the score sheet. So a busy night here as you're low staffed here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network here in Centennial tonight. That one's picked up by Barrett for Chaska as he's pushed down, and that would be Gavin Forga of Centennial as he wraps that one around, but Stark gets the blocker saved on that one as it's deflected into the corner. Now Forga, excuse me, and Barrett battle there in the corner, and another shot saved there by Barrett. And now New Power looking for a teammate. I'll go to find one now. Magnuson gives over to Thomas. Thomas giving that to Sholey, and Sholey trying to flick that one on his own, but ends up hitting a Centennial player out on their bench. So we'll get a face-off here in the Centennial zone. Now it's a fly pass down to Pillock as he gets it. Now Pillock will come and he gets a shot tries to get between the legs of Coppersmith, but he squeezes that 5-hole tight, and that puck never gets through. So we'll get a face-off here in the Centennial zone with 13:41 remaining in this second period. Chaska trailing by a score of 2-0, but the leading in shots 16-8. That one's won out by Warner, but no one's there to collect it, and Bronson will go back down into his own end as Pillick will give off to McDonald. McDonald back to Warner. Warner loses it. Now Bronson unable to get that off his stick as Herms takes it for Centennial, and a shot there from Herms saved by Stark. Now Kester has behind his own net as he'll get past the man and he'll dump it off to Blaine Warner. Warner down to McDonald. McDonald being checked hard here on this near boards as Warner will dump that one in as Herms tries to get a hit on Warner, but he takes a spill. And Worcester Sill will dump that one back into his own zone. And we'll give it off to Boulay. And now Shane Lavelle take it for the Hawks. And we'll get an offsides as that puck gets caught up in between the feet of Pillick. And Pillick jumped over that blue line just before they could get in the zone. So we'll get a face-off here in the neutral zone with 12:34 remaining in the second period. Now that puck is dumped in the zone and picked up by Lavelle. And Gavin Brown gets a big hit there on Scott Nelson in the Chaska zone and down in the corner. That one's picked back up by Brule. Brule wrapping that one around, but only get a shot off as Starkey will dump that one on his own. And I believe that will go across that goal line for an icing with 11:55 remaining. Well, that's one back by Olmscheid. Or excuse me, Thomas. Wrong line there in my head. Now it's given out to Salter. Salter shot, that one's blocked on the front now. Barrett recollects it as he picks off that pass. Barrett looking for a teammate, but he'll have to regroup there as he turns that one around and gives over to Magnuson. Magnuson getting it past the Centennial player as Thomas will pick it up, but Thomas gets that one poked away, and now Barry recollects for Chaska. Barry has Sholey. Barry shot that one. He's hooked from behind, and only we get the shot off. And a shot there from Sholey. That one's just wide. Now Magnuson out in front. Magnuson shot. That one goes up high, and a high stick waved off. The Chaska player didn't collect that one after Sholey's high stick. Now Sholey trying to tip that one in, but he's hit hard by Salter. And that bouncing puck knocked down by Lamari. Now Pillick has McDonald. Pillick over to McDonald. McDonald hit hard. And we'll get a delayed penalty here. As Jack Stark will go to the bench for Chaska. Centennial still hasn't touched the puck, as that's given out to Kester, and he'll have to regroup here as that one trickles right out of the zone. Pillick giving over to Kester. Kester, still a delayed penalty here as Chaska with a 6-on-5 man advantage. And a shot there and another goal from Pillick. So Chaska ties this game up by 2. Beautiful pass there from Kester on that 6-on-5 delayed penalty man advantage. And that will tie the hockey game. That'll be Pillick's second of the night with 10:15 remaining. So first assist to Kester. We'll see if there's a second assist here momentarily. 2-2 hockey game here from the Centennial High School Sports Arena.
Scoring for Chaska at 6:45 in the second period is second goal of the evening, number 12, Brett Midland. Assist to number 4, Michael Kester.
So that would be a single assist to Mike Kester. That would be Kester's 103rd assist of his career, his 24th of the season. 2-2 hockey game from that Red Pillig goal, and now we'll go back down to the Chaska zone off an icing. And a shot there. That one's just wide as now Magnuson tries to bring up the boards of Lavelle, as he does. But Lavelle unable to collect that one to go between his skate. And now it's given out in front to, that would be Henry Bartle. That's taken away by Barrett. Now Barrett will try to dump that one in, but he doesn't, so he'll try to recollect that one and he gives it back to Magnuson. Now it's picked up by Olmscheid from behind the net. And Lavelle will try to keep that one in, but that one's poked away, and it'll go back down to the Chaska zone. Centennial will get a full switch here as Barry and Thomas are on this far blue line looking for the pass. But he's unable to get it to him, but Thomas will come back and get that puck. As Thomas looking for the fly pass to Lavelle, but he unable to get his stick on that one, so we'll get an icing with 8:27 remaining in this second period. 2-2 hockey game. Update here on the Chaska-Chanhassen basketball game. That border battle back at Chaska High School. Tie game, 37-37 with 12:20 remaining in the second half. If you want to watch that game live, you can go to watchchbn.com, same place you're watching this game. If you want to flip back and forth or even watch them on two different devices, you're able to do that. Well, Kester keeps that one his own, but he tries to give it over to Scholey. Scholey had Barry, but unable to get it on his stick. Now it's picked up by Kester, and he'll get hit hard from behind, but no call. That's picked up by Korkowski of Centennial and given down to Jackson. Picked up by Gavin Forga. Forga and Bronson battling on that far boards in the corner. Bronson getting a little push and shove. It's picked off by Herms. Herms looking for a chance there, but that one's poked away. Then we try to give it over to Thomas. Thomas can't get on his stick, but that one's picked up by Scholey. Scholey over to Pillick. Pillick and a shot looking for the hat trick on the night, but saved there by Coppersmith. Well, that shot there from O'Hara. That one's blocked. Here comes Warner. Warner has speed. Warner with a shot there. Glove saved there by Coppersmith. I don't think he knew that where that one was. Just kind of put his glove out in hope as he turned his head away. Pillick, give that one back to Magnuson, excuse me. Trying to fumble in my words there. Trying to speak a little too fast there as the puck was moving, and now Magnuson will give it back to Pillick. Pillick down to Magnuson. Magnuson finds Barrett. Gives over to McDonald. McDonald's shot. That one's blocked by Myrie, and another shot there from the point, saved there by Coppersmith. And it'll be Warner and Thompson on this Centennial zone draw, and Warner will put it back to Pillock. Pillock shot. Stick save there by Coppersmith, and that one slowly found its way through. They'll give it up to Brule, and that one will go back down into the Chaska zone for an icing with 6:16 remaining in the second period. 2-2 hockey game. We'll be right back here after we hear a few words from Mike Kester.
I'm Captain Mike Kester, and you're watching Hawks Hockey on CHBN.
That one's won back by Bartle as he finds his way, but we give it up to Brule. Brule stretch pass to Nelson, but Nelson unable to keep that one on the stick as it's dumped back into the Chaska zone. But Wistro will take it in as he's hit hard by Lovell. Now that's back behind as Lovell will give after Barrett. Barrett over to Benz. Benz bringing that one back around the boards to Magnuson. Magnuson over to Lovell. Lovell finding Benz. Unable to keep that one on his stick as it's poked away, and now Thompson battling with Barrett for that puck. Barrett over to Kester. Kester down to Barry. Barry found his line mate Owen Thomas. Back to Barry. Barry with a shot. That one's just tipped up high as there will be a delayed high stick, but Chaska touches that one, so it'll be waved off. Scholey's tripped up, and we'll get a delayed tripping penalty, and Chaska will go back on the power play. This will be Chaska's second power play chance of the night. Well, technically their third if you count that delayed penalty goal there. But so 5-on-4 man advantage with 5:05 remaining.
Time of penalty has been assessed to Centennial's number 4, Brule, 2 minutes for triple. Time of penalty, 11:55.
So Brule for tripping. 11:55 into the second period. Now Chaska will be on the power play. That's given over to Kester. Kester finding his way past O'Hara, but Kester whiffing on that shot. And that puck will be sent back down to the Chaska zone. Stark behind his net, and he'll try to give off to Pillock, but Pillock loses it. Now Pillock back to Kester. Madison over to Warner. Warner will come in with speed. Warner shot off the stick of Lemire, and that one tipped up into the netting. 4:18 remaining in the second period. 1:14 on this Chaska power play, and we'll get a stoppage of play here and a face-off in the Centennial zone to Coppersmith's left, or right, excuse me. My left, his right. Olmscheid on the draw against Connor Thompson. That one seems to be one over to the side, but Lavelle ends up with it. Lavelle over to Kester, and Benz tries to deflect that one, but he deflects it up into the netting behind the net. So we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone as one off of Ethan Benz's stick. So that basketball game, Chaska now leading by a score of 46-39 with 8:40 remaining in that second half. So first border battle of the season for the basketball squad at Chaska. Chaska, your Hawks hockey will be playing Chanhassen next Thursday. That will be a home game, 7 o'clock. Be sure to tune in live, or if you can't be there, or come out to the Chaska Community Center and catch the first border battle of the hockey season. Or excuse me, not next Thursday, but Thursday after that. So 2 weeks. And then the next border battle for the Hawks will be against Chanhassen on January 31st, or February 16th. That will be the last regular season game for Chaska. It'll be a Saturday night game at Chanhassen at 7 p.m. Now Mike Kessler dumping that one in. It's picked up by Olmscheid. He moves around to Bent. 10 seconds left on the Chaska power play, but now it's taken away by Forga, and here comes Forga. And that one's poked away by Kessler. And that Alex Brule penalty will expire. Now it's 5-on-5 hockey here from the Centennial High School Sports Arena. And Kessler looking for Benz out in front. Benz unable to get a stick on it. That puck will fly right through. And now Magnuson looking for Ovell, but now it's tipped off. But Olmscheid will tip that one back into the net. And we'll get a delayed offsides as Bowerberry forechecked hard there with 2:39 remaining. 2-2 hockey game. Shots are in favor of Chaska by a total of 24-10. So the Hawks out shooting Centennial by over double. But this score is still tied. So now Barry will take it for Chaska, and he'll give it over to Magnuson, who gives over to Brown, excuse me. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Taylor Hansen coming to you live on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network from Centennial High School Sports Arena in Centennial, Minnesota. Bringing your Chaska Hawks and your this Centennial Cougars. Chaska wearing their away purples with their gold and white trim moving right to left on your TV screen. Centennial in their home whites with their gray and red trim moving left to right. And a shot there out in front. Stick save there by Stark. As unable to get a stick on it. As good defensive play there by Thomas. And Alexander Brule, senior captain, will get checked hard there by Centennial, but he'll re-pluck it back in his own zone. Brule finding Nelson. Back to O'Hara, and O'Hara dumps that one in. And Clancy tries to do a little wrap around there from behind the net. And that'll go just on the pad of Stark, and he'll get a cover. With 1:26 remaining in the second period. 2-2 hockey game. Another update on that basketball game. Chaska still leading now by a score of 48-41. 7:20 remains in that second half. Now it will be Thompson and Warner on this draw in the Chaska zone. And that ring pass there from Bronson. Almost picked up there by McDonald, but unable to get it to him. Now here comes Bartle. Bartle looking over to his teammate Nelson, but Nelson unable to get his stick on it as it's trickled onto the net for the save there by Stark. And now 1 minute remaining in the period. As Kessler keeps that one in the zone as he pinches hard. That's ringed around the back of the boards. Picked up by Warner as he bats that one down. Bartle takes that one away. Now Warner holds Bartle down. That puck is tipped out and tipped back in by Bronson. Warner trying to wrap that one around. Unable to get it on net. It's just on the post. Now Pillick will get it over to Kessler. Kessler looking for Bronson, but unable to get it to him as that one's tipped up. 23 seconds remain here. Chaska trying to get a goal here, but trying to take this momentum. And that one's tipped up to Thompson. Thompson was a little too far over, and a goal. So Centennial will take the lead with 8.5 seconds remaining in this second period. See the goal goes to here momentarily. The assist will go to Thompson, I believe.
Scoring for Centennial at 16:52 of the second period. His second goal of the evening is 10th of the season, number 11, Henry Bartle. Assist to number 8, Connor Thompson. And number 22, Scotty Nelson. That's Bartle of the Cougars. From Thompson and Nelson. Time of the goal, 16:52.
So that'll be Henry Bartle's second of the night and his 10th of the season. Assist to Thompson and Nelson. We'll be right back here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network for your live third period coverage of your Chaska Hawks as they face off against the Centennial Cougars for this third period momentarily. Well, don't go anywhere, folks, as we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Justin Bach, and you're watching Chaska Hawks Hockey on CHPN.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
GSH
Welcome back to the Centennial High School Ice Arena. I'm Taylor Hansen, coming to you live on the Chaska Broadcast Network on this chilly 13-degree Tuesday evening. Bringing you live third period coverage of your Chaska Hawks as they face off against the Centennial Cougars. Coming to this third period, Centennial leads by a score of 3-2. Now that face-off is won. Back to Centennial's number 4, Alexander Boulay. Now it's kept in and a shot there saved by Stark. And a tumble out in front. And that's dislodged. And we'll get a stoppage of play. 25 seconds into this third period. It would be Warner and Thompson on the draw here in the Chaska zone. Warner wins it back to Bronson. Bronson rings that one around the boards to McDonald, but McDonald unable to get it as it's picked off by Jorgensen. But now Jorgensen dumps that one back in, and Kessler gets it, and he gives out to Warner. Warner trying to bring that one in, but unable to get a shot off. They'll give it back to Mike Kessler. Kessler looking for McDonald. That one just goes over his stick. You got to Bronson. Bronson's shot blocker saved there by Coppersmith. And another shot there from McDonald. That one swatted out of the air with the glove of Coppersmith. Still got a face off here. 59 seconds into this third period with 16:01 remaining. In the Centennial zone to Coppersmith's right. Now it's picked up by Barrett, but goes down to the Chaska zone. Icing's weight is off as it ends up on net. And Olmscheid and Bartle on the opening draw there in the Chaska zone. Taken away by Magnuson. As Magnuson finds Benz, but he's unable to give it back over to Lavelle. Now here comes Olmscheid. Olmscheid, that one shot, and that one's just over the net as it trickles up on top, but no one's unable to get it, and we'll get a stoppage of play, and we'll get a high stick, I believe. Go back down to the Chaska zone. So Olmscheid and Thompson on the zone here in the Chaska zone off of that high stick call down by the Centennial net. And Nelson tries to get that one on net, and as he does, but a toe save there by Stark. And now Bartle battling on this near boards here with Lavelle. Lavelle going to give it to Benz as he finds him, poked away by Wisserstall. Finds Nelson. Nelson shot blocked by Magnuson as it goes off his shin pad. Now Benz is hit hard from behind there by Bartle. Now Barrett will take it for Chaska all alone. Barrett over to Magnuson. Magnuson hooked from behind, and a shot there by Barry just off the toe of Coppersmith, and we'll get a delayed penalty here, and Chaska go back on the power play for the third or fourth time tonight. Update on that basketball game. Chaska leading by a score of 63-54 over rival Chanhassen. 26.8 seconds remain in that game. Connor Krinos taking his second free throw shot right there as he swishes it. So now Chaska up by 10 with 25 seconds. So Bartle for a charging. Chaska go back on the power play. As Kessler, we'll get a shot there, another save there by Coppersmith. Now it's given up to Herms, but another glove down by Herms as he tries a bit of toe drag on Magnuson. Good body play there by William Magnuson, the junior from Chaska. In the final from the basketball game, Chaska comes out victorious over Chanhassen 64-54. So one Hawks team won tonight. Let's see if we can get another one here for the hockey team. As a shot there from Warrant off the blocker of Coppersmith. 57 seconds remain on this Chaska power play. 13:46 in the third period. That's given up to Kester. Kester looking for a shot, but he tries to get off to Pillock for a pass, but that one's tipped off. Now Pillock, that one goes off the stick of O'Hara. 37 seconds left on this Chaska power play. Let's see if they can get a goal here. As Kester will give it over to Pillock. That one's just off the stick of Pillock. And that one goes up into netting. We've seen a lot of pucks go up into the netting behind the zones here tonight. A little shorter glass than usual. So we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. 29 seconds remain on this Chaska power play. 13:21 remaining in this third period. Now Stark will bring that one up the boards, and Kester gains control of it, and Kester will give it over to Vel. Vel coming with speed as he gets a shot off the face mat to Coppersmith, and Kester will get a shot. And a goal save there by the junior goaltender Casey Coppersmith of Centennial. Four seconds remain on this Chaska power play, so unless they can get a quick shot here, don't think they're going to get a goal here on this power play opportunity. As Barry gives it back to Bronson, but Bronson tries to get a shot off, unable to, as going over to Thomas. And it's 5-on-5 hockey here. Sorry, forgot to switch that power play off, but now Bronson gives it over to Scholey as he's almost hit hard, but he stays on his feet. Now that one's picked up by Barry. He has Thomas out in front of the net, but that one's off a Centennial stick. And I believe we'll get a face-off in the Centennial zone. And we will get a face-off in the Centennial zone. It'll be Warner for Chaska against Thompson of Centennial. So Warner will try to win that over to McDonald, but it's picked up by Bartle. Now Pillock behind the net. He's held up by Wistersill. That one's given over to with 12 or 22, excuse me. That'll be Scott Nelson. And that one's gloved by Stark, and we'll get a stoppage of play. We got a face-off in the Chaska zone to sophomore goalie Jack Stark's left. Warner and Thompson again on this draw. Warner wins it over to Magnuson. Magnuson bringing that one up to Pillock. Pillock, beautiful move there as he gets past his defender. He gets to his defenseman John Starkey. Starkey with a shot, that one's just wide. No one there could collect it as Scott Nelson of Centennial takes control of it, but he'll get out of the zone. Magnuson finding Pillock. Pillock trying to give him by, but he loses an edge. Now it's picked back up by Anthony Lamari of Centennial and given off to Nelson. Nelson dump in, that one ends up on net, and Stark will play it out to Magnuson. Starkey over back to McDonald. McDonald dropping it back to Pillock. Pillock has Warner far, but he decides to give it to Magnuson. Magnuson being hit from behind as he almost loses that puck. Now McDonald has Pillock out in front, but didn't see him there. As Pillock gives out to Warner, but that one's tipped off. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity here as he gives over to Daikawa. Bronson tips that one up, and Pilek will take it down. Icing waved off as Pilek touched that one. Pilek loses another edge. Pilek having a little trouble, keeps staying on his feet. I wonder if something's wrong with his skates. But 10:33 remains in this third period. 3-2 hockey game in favor of Centennial. And he tries to find Benz. Ben's unable to collect it as it's going between his skates. And Ben's bat that one down. Daikawa unaware of where that one was, but he finds it in his feet and will dump it in. Lavelle will give it over to Benz. Benz coming out with speed. Benz has Olmscheid and Lavelle with him, but he'll take that one down in the corner. Benz out to Kester. Kester's shot there, saved by Coppersmith. And now Barrett will dump that one back into the Centennial zone. Now it's given out in front to Coppersmith, and Marshall will get a tackle on, that will be Lavelle in front. And we'll get a draw here in the Centennial zone. It will be Owen Thomas for Chaska against Wyatt Clancy of Centennial. 9:50 remains here in this third period. That'll be taken away by Bauer Berry of the Hawks. And Berry will dump it in, no icing there. And Kester will give it over to Barrett. Barrett finding Barry. Now Barry will give off to Kester. Kester off the boards to Scholey. Scholey getting the body put on, and he loses it. It's taken away by Brule. That one's dumped in but picked up by Herms. Herms being poked away by Barrett as it's recollected by Owen Thomas. Thomas up to Kester. Kester looking for a teammate, unable to find one. It's taken away by Henry Bartle. Bartle now between the stick of Barrett, and that one's picked out in front. No call there as Bartle was tripped up. And now Scholey will dump that one in as Worcester still tried to find Bartle, but not enough time there as Pilek couldn't get his stick on, or his full stick on it. It just went off his toe. And now Warner will ring that one behind his own net and give it to William Magnuson. Magnuson finding Pilek's tape-to-tape pass there. And we'll get an offsides as Warner is pushed into the zone by Wistersill. So Warner on this draw here in the neutral zone against Connor Thompson of Centennial. The sophomore against senior. Blaine Warner wins it back to Magnuson. Magnuson over to Bronson. Bronson dumping that one in. Just off the far boards. Rhett Pilek forechecking hard. Magnuson keeps that one in. As Nelson's tripped up. And Bronson keeps that one down with his glove. And Warner tips that one just wide. Pilek out to Magnuson. Magnuson finding Pilek. Pilek dumps that one in. And now Brule will get that one out of the Centennial zone, but not much. As Chaska recollects it. As McDonald's big hit there on him, open ice, and a shot there from Warner right into the glove of Coppersmith, the junior goaltender. 7:33 remains in this third period. 3-2 score in favor of Centennial here over Chaska. And a shot there from Benz, right into the chest of Coppersmith. And we'll get a stoppage of play with 7:24 remaining. Olmscheid and Forga on this draw here in the Centennial zone. Olmscheid ties that one up, and Lavelle tried to come in and take that away, but it's picked up by Worcestershire. Lavelle will be tripped up. No call there. That one's tipped off the plexiglass there, but kept in by Barrett. Now that one's poked away by Benz. Here comes Olmscheid. It's a 3-on-1 opportunity here. Get it over to Benz. Right over to Lavelle, and saved there by Coppersmith. Good opportunity there for Chaska, but unable to capitalize there with that 3-on-1. Now Lavelle will come in with speed as he gets over to Olmscheid, but that one's tipped off by Brule. That's Kester trying to find Olmscheid out in front. That one's tipped off the board to Brule. Brule has mans out in front, but unable to get that to him as Sholey will come, but that one's taken by the senior captain, Alex Brule. He'll dump it in, and Centennial will get a 5-man change here with 6:10 remaining. Castro will take it for the Hawks. He weaves in and out of guys. Thomas with a shot there off the shoulder of Coppersmith. And they'll keep it in the zone. Bronson with a shot. That one goes off the skate of Brule out in front. Bronson with a high stick. As O'Hara's tripped out in front. And I believe he just tripped over his own skate, but I guess Bronson got a stick under him. So Centennial will go on the power play for the first time tonight. Not a very good time to put Chaska on the penalty kill as they're trailing by 1 with 5:30 left. And a shot there. So Centennial will go on the power play for their first chance tonight. Let's see which team can capitalize here. Centennial with a 17% on the power play so far this season, so a pretty low percentage for the Cougars. Chaska with a 84.4% on their penalty kill, so pretty high percentage there. Let's see which team can capitalize here.
Minor penalties for the assistant Chaska number 8. Julie Bronson, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 11:31. That's Bronson to Hawks for tripping at 11:31.
So that's given back to O'Hara, or Nelson, excuse me. That shot's blocked by Madison. Bronson finding Pillock. Pillock on the breakaway. And that's kicked up by Coppersmith off the shoulder of Pillock. Good stretch pass there. And Kester gives it over to Benz, but unable to get it. And now Pillock out to Benz. Benz, the shot there saved by Coppersmith. And a rebound shot there from Kester. Another save there by Coppersmith. Outstanding play here tonight by the junior goaltender, Casey Coppersmith of Centennial, is that it will be his 40th shot he's seen this evening and his 38th save. So Chaska really peppering them with shots, as Centennial only has 17. One minute and 7 seconds left on this Centennial power play. 4:33 remaining in this third period. O'Hara will give it back to Lamyri. Lamyri picked up by Lavelle. Now Lavelle has time and space, and he'll get a shot off. Another save there by the junior goaltender, Casey Coppersmith. Lamyri will dump that one back to O'Hara. Lamyri back to O'Hara. Picked up by Forga. That one's taken away by Olmscheid, and that one will go off the glass. And go back down to the Centennial zone. 22 seconds left on the Centennial power play. 3:47 remaining in this third period. That one's put up to Connor Thompson of Centennial. Thompson looking for Diakawa out in front. Diakawa's shot. That one's blocked off the shin of Warner, and that one hurt. Pillock trying to take that one away, but it's picked up by Brulé. And now Chaska will, Billy Bronson penalty will expire. Now it's 5-on-5 hockey. 3:17 remains in this third period. Chaska looking to maybe pull their goalie here momentarily. Now that one's good out to McDonald, or McDonald puts out to Olmscheid. Olmscheid unable to get a shot off. As his stick's lifted up, and Olmscheid shot blocked out in front. That one's picked up by Clancy. 2:40 remains in this third period. Kessler hard to put it between the feet of Nelson as he's unable to do so, and that one will go all the way down for an icing. And actually they waved it off just as McDonald touched it, so no icing there with 2:22 remaining. O'Hara out in front for Centennial, but unable to get the pass to him. As Barrett will take it and give off to Warner with that stretch pass. Warner comes in and a shot there, saved by Coppersmith as he comes out of his net to poke check that one off. And his helmet gets taken off, and we'll get a stoppage of play with 2:04 remaining. So we'll get a face-off. And Chaska will go take a timeout here with 2:04 remaining. So we'll be back here momentarily. We'll go to a commercial break.
GSH Asset Management is a proud sponsor of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Based in the heart of Chaska, GSH is your one-stop shop for all of your wealth management needs. Visit us online at gshassetmanagement.com or call today at 952-556-1311. GSH Asset Management, building strategies for your financial future.
There's a better, brighter day ahead for patients who visit St. Francis Rehabilitative Services. Our wide-ranging, innovative, and compassionate care offers adults and children the services and support that inspire them to a higher quality of life. Among our services is our comprehensive sports medicine program, specializing in preventing, diagnosing, and treating sports-related injuries, helping you return to the activities that fuel your passion. St. Francis Rehabilitative Services.
And we're back after that Chaska timeout. And that one's deflected right out of play into the bleachers up here. So 1:58 remains. Chaska trailing by a score of 3-2 to the Centennial Cougars. We'll get a face-off here in center ice. And that's one back to Logan Jorgensen. Now it's kept in the zone by Nelson. .133 remains here. Just tipped back down to the Centennial zone, picked up by Jorgensen. Now it's taken away by O'Hara, and a shot there on Stark. Save into the chest, and he covers that one. With 1:23 remaining, we'll get a face-off here in the Chaska zone to Jack Sark's right. That one's one out to Wistersill. And now Magnuson gives it up to Pillick. 1:10 remains. Chaska unable to get it back into the zone as they're looking to pull their goalie. And Bartle will take it back out to the point. And a pass over there to Nelson. And Chaska will pull their goalie as Pillick shot. That one's tipped by Bartle. So empty net here for Chaska. As this puck's held up on this blue line. And now Kester will take it in and give it over to Lavelle. 36 seconds remain. Kester trying to get out to Magnuson, but that pass is picked off. And now go down to the other end. As Pillick give it up to Kester. 24 seconds. Chaska snaps good chance here as time's a ticking. Here comes Mike Kester. Kester with a shot. That one's tipped. And we'll get a face-off here in the Centennial zone with 15.1 seconds remaining. So it'll be Olmscheid and Clancy on this draw. Olmscheid wins it back to Kester. Kester with a shot there. Saved by Coppersmith. As Pillick keeps that one in as he kicks it. 6 seconds. Pillick tries to give it out to Magnuson, but I believe, and that will do it. Chaska falls here by a final score of 3-2 to Centennial. So Chaska now on a 2-game losing streak as they were on a 6-game win streak. So looks like Chaska's getting back into their early season slump as they were in the first few games. So that will do it here. No goals scored in the third period, but for scoring for Chaska in the first period, Rhett Pillick, that one's unassisted. And then the second period, once again, Rhett Pillick assist to Mike Kester. Scoring for Centennial. First period, goal from Josh Herms, that one's unassisted. And second period, 2 goals from Henny Bartle. And that one's unassisted. So that does it here from the Centennial High School as we just lost our camera. I'm Taylor Hansen signing off. We'll see you on Thursday as we're at Bloomington Jefferson. We'll see you next time in Swordhawks.